What is up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Talk That Sport. It's Jordan Jones rocking again with CJ Jones. Go ahead and say what's up to the people.
What's up, people?
Welcome to another fun episode. A lot to unpack. We did an NBA show last week. We're just gonna keep it rolling. I mean, there's so much good stuff.
NBA show this week. Just be prepared for the next couple weeks. We've forgotten about football, technically.
We're mourning our Cowboys.
I don't care. My fantasy team is 1-8. I'm done. I think I'm done with football. I think I'm officially done with football this season. I may watch Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And then after that, I may not be back to the playoffs. So,
I'm kind of at the point where I'm watching best game available now. Normally my schedule is I watch the Cowboys and anybody who has one of my fantasy players in it. Now I can't. My fantasy team sucks. Like I barely eked out a win last week. Literally won because of my defense. I had Vikings defense. Great pickup in the free agency wire because they came through for me big time. I won by 1.05 points. That's how close my game was.
See, I wasn't even going to go on a rant about fantasy today. I wasn't going to do it. But okay, so we're going to talk about this, all right?
Okay.
First of all, Tennessee Titans. Aaron, I know that's your team, and I'm not going to say anything bad about your fanship, all right? But Jordan, do you remember we said we're going to ceremonially root for the Vikings a couple weeks ago?
Yeah.
You know at that time the record was 5-0?
Really?
They lost 3 games straight now. So, first of all, we're just bad luck to teams this year, apparently. And their defense gave me -2 points. I have with the -2, Jordan. I had a great start to the noon games, right? A great start. I'm super excited, and I got Michael Thomas going, and I have a tight end, Mark Andrews going. So I'm like, oh, we're up by 50 points. Dude, it's gonna be a breeze. No, it wasn't. Mike Thomas gave me 4 fucking points. And like I have went to bat for Mike Thomas multiple times in this podcast, including picking him as my 4th overall best player.
Yep, you screwed over our listeners on that one.
So I had to drink out of that because every time it's hard for me to swallow that I pay the 4th best player in the league. I drafted him, and then he gives me 4 points. And then he puts me down by 25 points, and then Mark Andrews gives me 13, and I'm out. Like I just need to be a decent performer. And then I had Jared Goff because I thought Ben, like this is how detached from sports I am. I thought Ben Roethlisberger had COVID and he was out, so I dropped him to get. He said he had COVID. Like I got an alert on Twitter or something. I was like, okay, let me drop him and put Goff in. He's playing the worst secondary in the NFL, and what happens? They run the ball for the 1-yard line 3 times, and I'm like, and score every time. And I'm like, he couldn't even get a quarterback sneak into the end zone. I was very upset. I was. So, Jordan, you're at the best game of the week. You know what I'm at? I'm at like, oh, what good movies on Netflix? That's what point I am at with football. With all football, I'm just like, I may watch the Cowboys play as soon as they go down 20. I'm like, oh. Man, this is a new show on Netflix I need to have been watching. The Undoing on HBO Max looks really good, so I'm going to watch that.
It's a rough time. It's a rough time. But you know what? That's what the good news is. It's the start of the basketball season. So we have the trades were able to start on Monday. The draft is in less than an hour now. We're 50 minutes away. Also, side note, there's a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air reunion on HBO
tomorrow.
Max. No, it is tonight at 7 p.m.
I thought it was tomorrow. No, it's November 19th at 5 p.m.
No, it is today. Yeah, today.
What the fudge?
I got my
on HBO Max.
On HBO Max. So there you go.
I'm gonna watch it later on tonight.
Yeah,
like I've been waiting for it. And they bring it back. My favorite on Viv.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be flipping back and forth between the draft and that. So we have that going on.
Stream it later on.
I guess I can do that. Yeah, true. Yeah. Well, and then you have Friday free agency for the NBA starts. This is huge. huge stuff. So we're going to unpack that a little bit today. We're going to talk a little women ball too, of course. We're going to talk about that DeAndre Hopkins crazy catch that happened on Sunday. Did you watch that game?
Yeah. I didn't watch the game. I was watching because I was not in their region. I was watching. What game was I watching? Seattle versus LA when I saw that happen. And he rolls out and because I saw the game break, and because I have a disdain for Josh Allen, and I saw the game break with Josh Allen throws the ball to Stephon Diggs. Like, dang, they pulled it out.
30 seconds left is over.
And so there was like, we're going back to Calissa for a game break, and I see Kyler running out, and I'm like, he better not throw a Hail Mary win this game. And then when I saw who caught it, I was like, oh, man, Deshaun Watson must be sitting over there like, yo, really?
I know, right?
Really? Guys, like every time, like 160 was not enough to keep me in Houston. I've been like, nah, y'all have to back this bread up. I need 200, 250. If y'all can let DeAndre go, y'all can pay me a lot more money. So, dang, that sucks for them. But yeah, I watched the catch.
Yeah, it was insane. And that kind of one – Kyler Murray, yes, he got the ball there, but that was DeAndre Hopkins. Like, DeAndre Hopkins made that happen because there were 3 guys draped over him that had possession of the ball, and he just ripped it down from them.
Jordan, it's for a reception to happen, 2 people got to make a play, all right? Like, 2 people got to make a play. Like, Kyler threw that ball.
That is true at normal.
If Kyler threw that ball a yard shorter, it's intercepted. If he throws a yard longer, it's intercepted.
It was actually shorter than
DeAndre went straight up.
What happened is DeAndre Hopkins went and got it at the high point of the ball.
That's what you want.
I know, but I'm saying, like, yes, Kyler Murray made a great play, but it was an even better reception. Okay.
Look, big ups for the best quarterback ever to step in the state of Texas. All right. Like we've already said this, like we've seen Kyler play in college, in high school. In college, his college career wasn't what everybody expected, especially for me. I was happy he was sucked at A&M because as a UT fan, I'm really excited. Kyler didn't do good at A&M.
Yeah, but he had one of the greatest.
I know, in Oklahoma.
Probably the greatest. No, I'm talking about in with Allen High School. He had one of the greatest college
a quarterback. He never lost a game.
Yeah, never lost a game.
And never lost a state championship. Never won a state championship game by less than 25 points. That's stupid.
Which is also just
stupid. Like, you go to a state championship game, and they're playing Division. They're Division 2, right? They're Division 1.
6A.
6A, but they're the bigger schools.
Yeah.
So, like, then they're playing the best of the best. It's not like you're Cedar Hill or something.
Yeah.
No shots at Cedar Hill, but
yeah. So, I mean, we have a ton to unpack today. So tune in, take a ride with us.
I feel like you're rushing me out of nonsense.
I'm not. Well, we haven't really talked nonsense. We're just talking. We've been talking sports.
I know. You're just like, I feel like you're just ending like I was going to have another rant on Kyler or something. You're like, all right, guys. So we got a lot on the show today, guys. We gotta get moving. We gotta get moving.
I talk about this at least every other show. No. You go on some long rants. I gotta cut you. I gotta cut you in when I can.
That is a part of our show. The listeners know what they're getting. All right. But okay, I do have this little rant, Jordan. That's not a big one. So, guys, when me and Jordan were talking, when Dak got hurt, right? When Dak got hurt, you double cupping it? Double cup.
So, no, the reason I do a double cup, because I didn't feel like, so I have like the mixing stuff, where I can shake it up and stuff. Bless you. But bless you. Sometimes I don't feel like taking that stuff out. And because, dirty dishes and all that stuff. So I was just like, okay, let me just get 2 cups and just like, yeah. So there you go. That's why I have 2 cups.
Oh my God. I'm not Jordan. I've said many times I'm too rich for that shit. I make too much money to pour 2 drinks in a cup.
It was out of convenience.
I shake it with my shaker, but you're talking to a lifelong bartender here though. You talk to a guy, I can't do stuff like that. It don't taste right. But here we go. No, Jordan. So when Dak first broke his ankle, get well, Daxon. Jordan was like, every show until Dak comes back, I'm gonna wear my Dak Prescott jersey. I just want to state for the second week in a row, because I noticed it on the rewatch last week, because I was watching our show last week. I was like, Jordan didn't have his jersey on. I wonder if he's gonna have a jersey on today. I was gonna put my Dak on jersey just to mess with you today. But I got this fly Mark Brunell jersey that I'm rocking right now. But like, Jordan, what's up with the not wearing the jersey?
So technically, it's the third week in a row. And
I missed the third one.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
no, we did.
I wore. Well, yeah, but like still third week in the row. Third show in a row. So the first week I wore a Zeke jersey because my Dak jersey was too dirty, and so I was like, okay, I gotta wash it. So I wore the Zeke jersey. And then last week I wore the Dallas Cowboys pullover zip up because I was in a rush. Because I got ready. I was late last week, and so I had to just find something, and that was the first thing I could find that was sports related. So I just threw it on really quick. This week it's the NBA draft, so I intentionally wore a Mavs jersey.
And I'm still wearing I didn't put my Lakers jersey. I didn't put a Mavericks jersey on. I'm still wearing me a Mark Brunell. This is my newest jersey, so I had to wear it for the pod.
That's choice. I chose to support my Mavs as they picked
whatever. You're full of
you don't
care about Dak anymore. You don't care about Dak. Dak's been gone for 5 weeks, and you're kind of like,
on our next show, I will be rocking my Dak jersey. Proudly,
guys, tap that. Make sure.
Yeah, I will.
Wait. Some more house cleaning. Just a little bit more house cleaning before we get to sports today. Hey, George, you see Zach got the corona?
Zach Wilczek?
Yeah,
I saw that.
I feel bad for him. Zach, get better. Friend of the pod. I'm happy we can finally say friend of the pod because he's actually a friend of the pod. He's been on there. He's getting interviewed.
Yes, he has. Yeah.
So, shout out, pray for him, guys, if you're religious people.
Mm-hmm.
So Jordan, let's dive into it. Which one start with first today?
First, what you drinking?
But what is there?
Salute.
As always.
I have made myself a vodka lemonade. Heavy on the vodka.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
Are we ready to party this weekend? For those I know we talked about last week, but Jordan's turning the big 2-7 this week.
Yeah. Honestly, I keep forgetting that I'm not actually 27 yet.
You start rolling up. But when I get to the 6 month period, I just already say I'm 30. This year when I was at 6 months, I was like, I'm 30. Yeah. It started saying 29. Yeah, but yeah, you started just roll it up. In a couple months, I'll be 31. Just cause.
My wife was asking me oh yeah, what are y'all gonna what do you want to do for your birthday and stuff? I'm like, honestly, I don't even know. I'm just want to hang out, relax, eat some good food, and that's about it.
Speaking of my sister-in-law, it's been a couple weeks since Lexi's hit a hello in the podcast in the chat section. Is she listen to us still?
Yeah, she does. She works on Wednesdays, so
I did not know that.
Yeah, so she works on Wednesdays. Part of the reason why I chose Wednesdays for us to do the show.
Wow, you said you can't record when your wife's at home?
No,
I shots to my sister-in-law right now.
No, I'm saying that because I'm a good husband, I want to be when my wife's at home. I want to be able to see her and spend time with her.
Jordan, if we were recording the show when my wife's at home, I'd still be recording this show. What are you talking about? I love my wife, but I got it. This is my time. I'm kidding. No, my wife works too on Wednesday nights. That's a perfect day for me to record. So let's get into this. Women ball 2. Jordan called me because he likes to hijack my segment throughout the weeks that we've been doing this. So Jordan, you're going to start out women ball 2 this week.
First of all, I did not try and hijack your segment.
By texting me and telling me what the pregame, my segment is hijacking my segment.
I said, hey, this would be great for women ball 2. I didn't say, hey, let me do women ball 2 this week. I didn't say, hey, I got something for women ball 2.
I'm just sitting back.
All right. I wish I need to start getting the music and stuff to play in and stuff because I would have all kinds of stuff to drop when things happen. But welcome to Jordan's Women Ball 2, brought to you by Jordan Jones, sponsored by Jordan Jones, made for you by Jordan Jones Entertainment. Thank you for tuning in. I know it really is. Yeah. So this week for Women Ball 2, I want to shout out to Kim. If I don't pronounce it right,
don't say it. Just don't say it.
It's NG. I believe that's how you say it. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. I apologize. Haven't heard the name out loud. So she became the first woman to be a GM of a professional sport. Top professional sports team, I would say, in a male-dominated league. There you go. Yeah, and huge accomplishment. We've had women serve in a lot of different roles. We had earlier this year with the Washington football team where they had a woman become the VP of what is she, marketing, or I can't remember.
She is no longer employed by the Washington football team anymore.
No, that was the one from Houston that's no longer employed.
No, they're both gone.
Oh, when did the one from
early in the season? I meant to talk about.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, they had made her. They were going to make her. They thought she was going to transition to the play-by-play, and they reduced the role. It was a big drama.
Okay, so completely missed that, but even still, so this is just a huge accomplishment. She's been very involved in the MLB. She most recently was in the worked for Major League Baseball, the organization as a whole, working in their offices as an executive, and now she's moving over to work with Derek Jeter, who apparently is pretty known for putting in some. Whether it's a minority or women to come and work in their office. So it's going to be a really big thing. She's going to have a huge weight on her shoulder to go in and turn that team around. They've always had a lot of potential, and they put a lot of money into trying to make this team be good. So it's going to be interesting to see how this turns out, but I'm excited. Yeah, that is my Women Ball 2 segment. Thank y'all for tuning in. This is again brought to you by Jordan Jones and Jordan Jones Entertainment.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's so large. All right, guys. I like that story. When Jordan sent it to me, I remember seeing it drop. It's good having a lot of women in power, and starts it out because we've seen plenty of people get jobs and positions that don't put in the work, and she's put in the work. Her history with Jeter goes back to the Yankees. She's worked for the MLB offices. She worked for the Dodgers. She has 6 world championships, I think, 6 World Series rings. It's stupid amount. She's good. So she knows the game of baseball. She's been around it for 30 years. It's great to see somebody like that put in work. So my Women Ball 2 has a couple things, but my first is a message to the sports leagues. Follow MLB in somebody's race. Give some women some chances. I like that the Denver Nuggets have taken assistant vice president jobs and has led them out to Sue Bird, and they've earned those roles at Swim Cash out in New Orleans. Tamika Catchings just got pulled up into the assistant coaching ranks in New Orleans. But the NBA could be doing one thing. Becky Hammon should be a head coach this year. She should have been one this year. I don't know if she's waiting for the right time. I don't know if they were waiting for her to give the job. They heard she's going to take San Antonio over. But, we've seen be in front of something. It's good to be in front of something. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But it opens up those windows and allows people to let the barriers start coming down on it. Mm-hmm. My highlights of the week, Christina Williams from Girl Sports TV. She's a good follow on Twitter and Instagram. We do love her. I got to post her maybe 3 or 4 times a week, and then retweet her a couple times a week. But that's all I got for Women Ball 2 today, Jordan. Let's dive into the show.
Honestly, I am so glad you said that. I love women talk too, of course, or Women Ball 2. But man, I am looking at Twitter is blowing up. Dude, man, there is so much happening. Sorry, guys.
I like Jordan. I like how Jordan's ready to audible out of Women Ball 2. Are we done? Let's go.
Yeah. Okay. Once again, said it last week, say it again. Basketball is my favorite sport, and it if you are into moves and stuff. Oh, by the way, I saw Mike is on HBO. I watched it a while back.
It's on HBO Max now.
Yeah, that thing's a classic.
Oh, yeah, watch that. We watched that movie so much as children.
I know, right? Yeah, but yeah. So basketball is my favorite sport. So I love talking basketball. If you're into trades and moves, basketball is a sport for you because it happens so often. So it's just so exciting to see. OKC just picked up another pick.
Trading for Al Horford.
Yeah, so picked up Al Horford's contract, which for them it doesn't matter because I'm sure they're really trying to move towards actually tanking, so they can actually use some of these picks to get some.
But as of right now, that team it's decent.
Yeah. So here's what I think is going to happen with OKC. Giving y'all a 5-year projection. In about 2 to 3 years, they are going to pick up 2 top talents that are going to be, generational talent. I wouldn't say generational talents. They're going to be 2 franchise pieces that they're going to pick up. And then they are going to take the second half of those trades from year 2023 to 2025 to pick up some star. They are going to go get a superstar. Hear me now as I say it. It may just be, and it's going to sound crazy right now, but remember, Tom Brady's 42 and he's still out there playing. We saw what LeBron James just did out there.
What does these have to do with the Oklahoma City?
So I know I'm getting there. So don't be surprised if some of those picks in 3 years are used to bring LeBron James to OKC.
LeBron James is not going to play in Oklahoma City.
No, hear me out. LeBron James to OKC to go play with his son Bronny, who will be drafted by the Oklahoma City Thunder. You heard it here, folks. Heard it here first, folks.
I think Bron doesn't want to play on the same team as Bron. I think it's a good moment where you can guard your son. And look, we gotta stop putting all this pressure on Bronny, man. Dude's only a freshman, all right, a sophomore. Yeah, he's one of the two. He ain't like look. He's 6'2" right now. He ain't grew yet. We'll see where he go in the next 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
All right. Let's stop putting all the pressure on Bron and make it to the NBA. Last life. He's already got his daddy name. All right. I like how he went with the Bronny. But okay, what'd you say about Oklahoma City? Have you seen the teams they have draft picks from and the picks they have from?
Yes, and I look at all the teams.
I don't think there's going to have like a top 10 pick in those for a while.
Not in the first 2 years, but like the picks that they're picking up, they're going to be valuable are the ones
like
from 2023 to 2025.
Oh, they got a pick. They got a pick from freaking Phoenix for 2027.
Yeah, so these are going to be like these are long-term moves. You realize, like, so look at the Clippers; they can implode next year. Like Kawhi could be gone,
yeah, I mean,
Paul George could be gone, and they can be rebuilding.
Yeah, but I don't think the Clippers will ever be that bad. But if that happens, I'll feel bad for Tyler Lue. I really feel bad for Tyler Lue.
There is a good chance that Kawhi and Paul George could be gone at the end.
Jordan, a good chance. It's happening.
Yeah, so unless they can turn it and do like a sign and trade like Golden State was able to pull off,
they're not because they're going to opt out those contracts.
Yeah, so I don't really see.
And they're opting out into one of the biggest free agency frenzies in the league.
Oh my God!
Like, next year, I don't know who all the players are, but I know Giannis is one of them. I know Kawhi's possibly one. I know Paul George is possibly one.
Klay Thompson, I believe, is possibly one. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Speaking of that, so okay, real quick on Klay Thompson, another leg injury, and you don't want to say nothing bad. We hope it's not a bad injury because we want Klay. Because me and Jordan were talking about Klay earlier today. We're like, oh, they're coming back. He's had almost a year off. He had a lower leg injury. When I see reports like that come out. They kind of scare me, especially like we got to go on a test for the next couple of days. Don't want to say it's anything like you don't want to speculate anything being too serious, but it sounded. By the way, the reports coming out, it sounds like he's gonna miss some time.
Yeah, it sounds like it's pretty significant.
Would that change your draft strategy at all?
Oh dang! Sorry, timeout. Okay. Man, okay, no, let's wrap this up. Okay, yeah, so it would change your draft strategy, I believe, because one, you just had two. So if this is a severe injury, and the Golden State's going to know that, they should have a general idea of what happened. They're not releasing it.
Will they? Because they didn't know Kevin Durant's Achilles was kind of on his last leg.
Yeah, but I got a feeling like when you're hearing these reports and stuff like that, where he's going to undergo some testing and stuff in the next couple of days. That's not like, oh, yeah, he just sprained his ankle or, oh, yeah, it's just something small. This is something serious that they are legitimately worried he's going to miss months of time. He may not miss the whole season, but he might miss 3 to 4 months, which is a huge chunk of the season this year. So if that were to happen, yeah, I'm changing my draft strategy. Like you were first going after James Wiseman.
Now you got to go for Melo.
Yeah, or if Anthony Edwards does not go number 1,
please, I'm so
Anthony Edwards at 2.
Oh no!
It's something you have to consider because, like, I mean,
I'm not a fan of Anthony Edwards though. I'm not.
Yeah, when you're Golden State originally, yeah, you're making the pick for James Wiseman because you can fit him. Like you can. He's the position you need the most out of all 5 of your starting positions because you have Steph, you have Klay, you have Andrew Wiggins, and you have Draymond. So you put a center there that can be consistent. Now you can have Pascal to come and play center, and then you bring in Anthony Edwards at shooting guard, maybe even doing Lonzo Ball in there and having him and Steph in the backcourt because Steph can play off ball. So it'll be interesting to see if that changes their draft strategy.
I will say that Shams just tweeted that Clay could not put any pressure on his left foot today.
That is scary.
That's scary. We're not going to speculate what that means, but
yeah.
If you go back and look at some injuries in the past like couple years, you can see when you can't put your weight
any
on,
pressure. Yeah,
it's bad. So hopefully Clay it's not hurt. Hopefully it's just like a freaking moment. He misses a couple weeks because Clay does make basketball better.
I love Clay. Probably the best two-way player we have. Well, second best probably two-way player we have in the league.
Second, okay, Giannis is one.
I wouldn't say Giannis is
he's the best defensive player in the league right now.
Okay, I would say,
he's one of the best offensive players in the league. Jordan, like Giannis, if Giannis wanted to average 35, he could.
I get the offensive side. Okay,
and his defensively, he's amazing. Giannis not amazing defensively.
I know. I know this. Like
he guards 1 through 4.
He just played one defensive player of the year. I understand that. But I just
who is it? Okay. So
no, I'm just saying like
Kawhi.
So I'm just saying.
So I got Giannis, Kawhi.
So here's my thing. Here's my thing, and this is why I'm saying that I'm a little hesitant to say yes and jump right on Giannis as one of the best two-way players because if you look at if I need somebody to hit a shot for the game winner, or you have your choice between, and I'm going to say my pick for the top 4 defensive players in the league. Or defensive and offensive player, like two-way players in the league. You have Jimmy Butler, you have Kawhi Leonard, you have Klay Thompson, and you have Giannis. If you out of those 4, who do you want taking a game-winning shot?
Okay, Jordan.
That's
situation I want Klay. But Jordan,
okay,
a two-way player is not all about the game-winning shot. A two-way player means you can play both sides very
exactly, well. And that's what I'm saying. So let me. So now. So if you have, and I know Klay Thompson isn't one here, so that's why. But like on the defensive side of the ball, you have LeBron James. Who do you feel most comfortable shutting down LeBron James? Give me 1 through 4.
In that group?
In
that group, give me Giannis because he's bigger. All right, and he's fast.
That doesn't matter.
And give me Jimmy. Yeah, Jimmy's locked down. No, give me my bad. I messed my list. I messed my layup. Give me Kawhi. Give me Giannis. Give me Jimmy, and then give me Klay. Because your reason, Jordan, when do you see Klay guard somebody in the post? Ever?
He doesn't have to.
But I'm saying, if he's playing Bron, you know what he's going to do? Go guard that motherfucker in the post.
Yeah, and he can.
No, hey, Jordan, when have you seen Klay guard somebody in the post?
CJ, Golden State.
Answer the damn question. You know who guards people in the post? Draymond.
Yes, because
this is a dealie.
Because of the way that
David Bertans.
Remember, they also play in the West where Klay Thompson.
Andrew Bogut.
But Klay Thompson is a lot of times having to guard their 1 or 2, who is the best player on their team, because Steph Curry is a liability on offense. So you have Klay Thompson guarding their best 1 or 2 guard, and then you have Draymond Green guarding their best 3 or 4.
I'm not saying he's not. I'm not saying he's not a bad center. I'm saying he's not top 2.
I just don't think Giannis is top 2.
I could probably get to 5 before I get to get Klay. Because then you forget about Joel Embiid. You forget about Bam Adebayo.
Yeah, I would put him over both of those players. Like
you are drinking like whatever's in that cup. Give me some.
Okay,
give me double that shit.
Now I feel like we're just getting into a rabbit hole. So
okay, you make it the bad take, Jordan. Here he goes.
You have the bad take here.
That you say Klay is a better defender than like
you literally started out saying, "Oh yeah, Giannis is the best defender,
best two-way player in the
best defender out of all of those." Okay, come on now.
Kawhi, I said best two-way player out of all of them too. Then I was like, then when you asked me who can guard Bron, and I said Kawhi. Did I say Giannis?
No, you said Giannis first, and then you
But
were
then
like,
I was like, hold on, I forgot Kawhi.
Yeah.
Let me put Kawhi up there. I adjusted it myself. All right.
No, actually, you put Jimmy Butler up there first, which made no damn sense.
I put Jimmy Butler before Kawhi. I said Giannis,
Jimmy Butler is fourth, no matter what, because Jimmy Butler got his ass whooped by him, like in the playoffs.
Okay, go back and watch them again.
Playing,
you know I'm a big Bron. You know I'm a big Bron guy.
Averaged almost a triple double. Jimmy Butler.
He didn't guard him the whole time.
Why not? Okay, if you're the best defender, you should be guarding their
because
best player.
Spo is like that because LeBron didn't always guard the best player when he was in Miami. That's why Spo runs defense.
LeBron isn't always the best defender. Like LeBron isn't like
on the Miami teams. LeBron. Oh, look, Jordan, 2008 to 2016, Bron was like the fact that he didn't win a defensive player of the year in any of those years was bonkers. He was one of the best defensive players in the league. So yeah, he at all time he's in Miami. Under time he's played, he was the best defensive player on that roster. Unless you put Shane Battier in him, you can't give Shane Battier something else. But no.
But I'm just like, give me an example of when he was on, like from 08 to 2016, where he wasn't guarding somebody that was the best player.
Oh, he didn't guard Tim Duncan. They put Battier.
See that? Come on, Tim Duncan's like 3'4"
6'11". LeBron's 6'8", 270. At that point, he's 6'8", 280. He was a brick fucking wall.
Still 3 inches over him, and Tim Duncan's just gonna drop it in the bucket. That's not a favorable.
Tim Duncan can do. You know what Tim Duncan can do? Dunk.
That's not a favorable comparison. Anyways, okay. So moving on, because I've got this. Okay, so you know how Bogdanovich. Geez, yes. Man, that's a difficult name. Okay, so you know how he was getting traded to Milwaukee.
Yeah, we talked about.
Well, we were talking about this in the pre-show where they didn't sign off on it. Well, apparently it has completely fell through, so that trade is no longer valid. Bogdan is going into free agency on Friday.
Wow.
So he is on the open market. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It fell through entirely.
Yeah. So they still do have time to work something out. But right now that's not in play because he didn't sign off on it. And I don't know why he wouldn't want to go to Milwaukee. Maybe he has another team in mind already. Maybe him and Giannis have another team in mind already. Hint, hint, the Dallas Mavericks.
Look, okay. When I was talking to Kelly from the Daily Grind, right? And she's a Milwaukee Bucks fan, and she was so happy on Monday that these trades went down. And she was like, she messaged me, and she was like, "Hey, you see, Giannis is staying in Milwaukee?" Mm-hmm. And I'm like, for Drew Holiday and Bogdanovich, no, that is not the move. If they had said, if I woke up and Bradley Beal had been in Milwaukee, that's a different story. Then I'm like, yo, that's pretty cool. But I mean, Bogdan was not going to change where Giannis was going to go here or there.
What if Bogdan backing out is a sign that there is somewhere else that both of them are wanting to go? Maybe a certain team that has a plethora of European players already.
Okay, you can't make this team all European, but I'm all for Giannis. Don't give me Bogdan. All right, I'm cool. I'm cool.
I mean, I'm not like dying for Bogdan, but No. Okay, I'm at the point where
we already have a Marjanovic. I don't need a Bogdanovich. Too.
Okay, so shout out to 105.3 The Fan because they talk about this a lot on their show. But it's all about making Luka happy. Whatever Luka wants, Luka gets. If he wants a bunch of European players to play alongside of him, and they have their European against the American-born players, so be it. Let's do it. Let's let that be the Mavericks. If that means that we get to take home championships with Giannis and Luka for years.
The only thing I'll say is, even though the Europeans got closer in basketball, they ain't still better than the United States. I want some U.S. players on this team too.
You have Luka and Giannis, who are both top 5 players.
No, Luka's and Giannis. If we got Giannis, title every year, baby. I am getting a Mavericks tattoo. A whole sleeve, all right. Mm-hmm. Give me Giannis on a throne. Give me Luka ascended to the heavens. Mm-hmm. I'll take all that. Give me KP. But what I was talking about was like, are we sure like Luka wants a bunch of European players? Like,
I don't
Luka's
know.
the man of the people. All
He
right.
really is. Like, I mean, Luka, grew up like he
Like,
imagines
what I'm
himself
saying,
after LeBron James. But I mean, it's also just a matter of these are guys that he may be friends with or have known for a while. Like I want to say Bogdan is somebody that he's known for a while, and so they have a pretty good relationship. And so if those are the type of guys that he wants to play with, I'm not saying that they have to go here and be like the starter on the team. I don't think Bogdan should come here and be the starter. I'd personally like Bradley Beal instead or Buddy Hield instead.
You rather not have Bogdan, but you rather have the guy who Bogdan took his place in the starting lineup.
Okay, I think that's more of a bad move on their part. I honestly think Buddy Hield.
Buddy Hield was not playing well this year. He played decent. He wasn't playing.
He still shot very well. He just was he was more consistent than Tim Hardaway.
Analytics, like he shot better. Like he didn't play well.
I don't really know what the Kings were looking for out of him. Like you can't make more out of a player than what he is. You got to know what he is. Like he's a sharpshooter, and you have to let him play in that. Like
you know what I feel bad for?
Mm-hmm.
Lou Walton. Like Lou Walton had the world at his hands. Like when he coached those games in Golden State, had a big win streak when Steve Kerr was out, and then he has later the world is his oyster. And he goes to the bad Lakers team, which I know he played for the Lakers. That franchise.
The better that Lonzo Ball and Brandon Ingram do with the Pelicans is more of a representation of Luke Walton as a coach.
Well, I don't think that because I think BI has grown a lot in the last 3 years. All right, I think he's amplified his game a lot more. Lonzo, his jump shot was so broken his first year in the league.
It's a matter of flipping a switch almost, like how much better these players have been since Luke Walton lost his job, since they left the team. Like that's. And then
I contend Zoe has been what Zoe was. I think Zoe's gonna make this natural transition this year anyway. I think Zoe is gonna be where he was this year with the Lakers, regardless. Because like with the transition game being so up from there, and now I think Lonzo's numbers is gonna be crazy this year coming up. With so like I can't really pin that on Luke, and they were so young. Like he got BI as a rookie as a second year player. So I don't know. I mean I'm just saying like. I mean, he had a plethora of jobs he could have took. And then when he left LA, he was still in Tyson Cannon and he goes to Sacramento, which I knew is like appetizing. Like, oh, we got Marvin Bagley. We have De'Aaron Fox. Mm-hmm. But like, if he had just waited one more year, right? He could have had like this. If he just waited, took it out last season off. Like, I'm not working. I'm going to go work for ESPN, right? He could have had Oklahoma City. He could have had who was that? He could have had New Jersey. Plenty of places where he would have been offered. It could have been offered for. He just I don't know. I wonder if he was broke. That's what I'm trying to figure out. If he just needed to get the checks. I don't know. I don't like it. But yeah, I'm sorry. My rants are going on a little too long today.
No, you're good. Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see. I just thought it was pretty funny that, I mean, you go out of, you're getting traded to a title contender and you're like, nah, bro, I'm good. I'm just going to pass on that. So I really want to see more details fall out, and it will be interesting to see where he actually ends up. But that's something to keep an eye out on. The OKC Thunder made another trade. So they went out and traded Trevor Ariza to the Detroit Pistons for their 16th overall pick today. And so that will be happening. Well, sorry. The Rockets traded their 16th overall pick and Trevor Ariza to the Detroit Pistons
for their 16th pick.
For a pick to be named later. There we go.
Houston is trading Trevor Ariza and the number 16 pick for a future pick in the first round.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sorry, guys. Yeah. So that's something to look out for because that's another trade that's been made. Other than that, I really want to talk a little bit about the draft. I know we talked about the draft last time, but it is actually starting now.
It's starting now,
right? Really?
What?
Sorry, I have ESPN pulled up and it said like it has the Timberwolves on the clock. Could have sworn this started at 7:00, but I guess it started a little early. So this thing's going down.
I like watching these from the living rooms. All right. I don't like. First of all, I don't like Anthony Edwards' swag. He kept it very low key. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't.
But the picture of his mom and grandma behind him is pretty dope.
Oh, that's good.
Both died of cancer. Oh my god, that makes me want to tear up and cry.
Yeah, he dude has a trouble pass. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, so I want to talk a little bit about draft. So we talked. Okay, I guess it's not actually start.
Dude, 8 p.m. Eastern. 8 p.m.
Eastern. ESPN is like I had it just said like on the clock, and I was like, whoa, that is way too early. Okay, so I really wanted. So we talked a little bit about the top 3 picks and kind of where we would see that happening. But I really want to kind of talk about the middle of the draft, specifically middle to early first rounders. That's where we see a lot of picks that kind of go unnoticed on draft day, but end up turning into these stars. Giannis is a notable one. Draymond Green's a notable one. You have Manu Ginobili, who was drafted late. Tony Parker was drafted late. Jimmy Butler. Like, there's a lot of guys that you can point to that may not have been a top guy early on and ended up working hard and being put in the right situation, of course. And they are where they are and doing well. So you have your draft board pulled up.
Sure. I did want to. I seen this tweet yesterday from Ben Stenar, right? NBA draft picks 2014. Andrew Wiggins, #1 overall pick. Nikola Jokic, number 41. 2015, number 3 overall pick. Jahlil Okafor, number 32. Montrezl Harrell.
Remember, Andrew Wiggins was like the second coming of LeBron James.
I remember that. Yeah. I didn't believe that shit. I saw him in college. Number 2016, Dragan Bender and Malcolm Brogdon. And 4 to 36. 2017, Josh Jackson, and 15, Monte Morris, who is a good player. I like Monte Morris. In each of these draft picks, a second-round pick is clearly better than top 4 pick. So, just like we do talk about this, and this is go to your hammer report about it. Just because you have a top 10 pick or a lottery pick doesn't mean you're gonna get a generational player. But yeah, I got my draft board up. I think I do.
Okay, perfect.
You start now, pull it up.
Okay, so here I want to pick 3 players. So each of us, let's pick 3 players that we feel can be a stud in the NBA. And we're talking about 3 to 5 years down the road because, of course, these players take some time to develop.
Are we doing 1, 2, 3, or are we doing 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1?
I don't have them in a particular order.
No, I'm saying like, are we just naming them off? Like, you'll name your 3, and I'm gonna name my 3.
Let's just go back and forth. Let's go.
All right, cool. Okay, this is why we have
because we may have some.
I feel bad for me, our listeners. Sometimes me and Jordan, I swear we have a pre-show meeting, but we never discuss how our segments are going to go. I promise.
We like to keep it fresh and original. We don't want you getting tired and bored.
Don't let us ever get it do 3 shows a week. All right, let's do it.
Okay, so you pick. Or I'm going first.
You're going first. It's your segment. You go first.
Okay, so my pick, my first pick that I have for a mid-first round to second-round pick that is going to be a game changer in the NBA is I got to go with the local kid, RJ Hampton.
You son of a bitch. You knew I wanted to say RJ Hampton. You motherfucker.
So here's my take on why. And I talked briefly about him last week. But one, I think that because of where he's going to be drafted, he's going to be drafted to a good team, like a solid team. Because he's going to go probably in that 15, maybe 14 to 20 range. So some of the teams that are drafting in that range, you have the Boston Celtics, Orlando Magic, which it was like the Houston Rockets, which are going to be drafting for the Detroit Pistons. You have the Minnesota Timberwolves, who may be trading out of that pick as well. And then the Dallas Mavericks and the Brooklyn Nets. And
Dallas may be trading out that pick too.
True. There's three teams that he can go to that I feel like will help him long term and be successful. So one, of course, is the Dallas Mavericks, because I feel like he's going to come in and be a solid shooter off your bench, and that'll give him time to develop, and he could potentially come in and be that starter, because that's a position that the Dallas Mavericks are desperately needing. You also have the Boston Celtics, who are actually looking to unload a lot of talent to hopefully get James Harden in a trade. And if that happens, they're going to need that depth to come from this draft this year. So that's going to be a possibility right there for him to come in and be successful. And then you also have the Brooklyn Nets. And the Brooklyn Nets, if they hold on to this draft pick, because this draft pick could be traded, that's another spot for him to land. I know it's 19, but if he falls that late, I think that's another great opportunity for him to be an organization.
If the Nets are not going to have that pick. If they're getting James Harden, they're not going to have a pick. So it's
true.
So like we can just like wherever James, he could be in Houston for all I care. And if he goes to Houston, I'm going to really hate it. I'm really going to hate RJ Hampton because I feel like he's the best fit for the Mavericks. Like that's the guy I've had keyed in for the Mavericks for a while.
He's a ball handler. He can play one.
He plays decent defense.
Yeah.
He's still raw. But I think, especially coming to Dallas, being back local, being around family, because like he's admitted like his family structure is really important to him and the way he's built up, and he needs an organization that understands that.
I agree.
I think he has a good leadership at top. Especially with Finley and Dirk and Q's and Donnie and Rick and JJ. It's a bunch of players he can look up to. So mine is I've talked about him a lot. Tyrese Maxey out of Kentucky. It's something about Kentucky players. Like you don't have too many bad Kentucky guys coming to the league. So if you're gonna get a Kentucky player, especially in the middle rounds, and you look like people like Bam Adebayo, Tyler Hero, I'm missing two in my head. These guys that get picked later in the first round, the second round, they tend to be really good. Tyrese Maxey is explosive. He can shoot the ball. He can fill it up. Only bad part about Tyrese Maxey, he can be aloof on defense sometimes, and that could kill him a little bit in the draft. But like, if you're telling me a guy who I think that can be a good rotation player down the road, like I don't think he's gonna be a star stud, but he has stud potential. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like his ceiling's higher than all the guys I have in the middle round, especially even over RJ. You know, I should have made a mock draft. If we had the website still, I would have made a mock draft because like I feel like I'm breaking this down. Am I going again?
Yeah, you go.
God, I wasn't ready.
I can go. I have mine. Go. So mine is Nico Mannion, and like I talked about him briefly last week as well. And he didn't have the best season in Arizona last year, but we also have to remember that this guy reclassified. He was actually a grade behind, so he was supposed to be a part of the 2021 draft. He reclassified late and came into the 2020 draft. He had to learn on the curve. And I feel like he's going to be a developmental project. So he may go late first round, early second round. But I think that whatever team he goes to, he's going to be solid on the bench early on. And then I feel like he's going to develop into one of your starting point guards down the road. And I really feel like he has a lot of talent. So a European player came over to the States when, like I said, came here late. I think he has kind of a similar DeAndre Ayton kind of thing, or where he was originally overseas and then came and played for like his senior year, and then actually went and played in the college for a year. So he could play with some of the U.S. talent, and I think that it's going to work in his favor down the road. So that's the guy that I would say to keep an eye out on, because I think that he can be a star at some point in the league.
All right, my next player is once again a familiar one to me and Jordan. I think me and Jordan had a little battle with him earlier on the phone. I'm in love with him. Jordan hates the guy. Jordan thinks he's a bum. Jordan thinks he shouldn't even been drafted. So Jordan thinks his guy is trash. That's just all Jordan's words, not mine.
I don't have no idea who you're talking about.
Cole Anthony is who we're talking about.
I didn't say he was a bum.
Bum was. I thought I heard bum. I thought.
I said he was short.
Bum.
I said he was short.
And he was short.
I said he did not play well. And
Cole Anthony knows how to play basketball. Who's this guy? Like he played at North Carolina, not Duke.
He was a disappointment.
You like North Carolina never made a good basketball player.
Never said that.
Yeah, that's I heard those words come out your mouth today. All right. I like Cole. I think. I mean, first of all, I think he made the wrong decision on college to go to. He should went Duke. Like I think he went to Duke. He had a way better season. But we also didn't get to see a lot of the season. We wouldn't have seen him in the tournament anyway. He got hurt. He's had dealt with some injuries. If he could be healthy, I mean, last year at this time, we're thinking Cole Anthony's going to be a top 5 pick. Like at this time last year, we're like, oh, not this time. Well, this time, yeah, this beginning of the season last year.
He was good. Number 2 pick in his class.
So, like with Cole, if Cole gets drafted, he's going to probably go to a good situation. Probably, if he gets drafted the right situation and can develop good, you could have a situation where you have a good player, not generational, but you can have a star. That could be your star. So I'm on board with that guy. I'm okay with it. Okay. And then I had one more. It's the dude from San Diego State. I can't think of his name right now. Hold on.
You want me to go?
Go for it. Go. Oh no. Yeah. Go.
Okay. So my third guy, which if the Mavs actually do stay at 18 and RJ Hampton or Tyrese Maxey is not available, then this is the guy that I'm looking to get. And I say Tyrese Maxey if they're making a trade. Side note, but Alexej.
You can't pick a player you can't pronounce a name.
Alexej Pokusevski. He is a Serbian center from 7 feet tall, 205 pounds. He's gonna have to put on some weight. So he's gonna need to get that.
He probably not coming over. Not coming over. Probably gonna stay overseas.
I think it's gonna be like he might be a development project year. Yeah, it's gonna be a stash potentially.
You know what that means? You know what that means, right?
What?
He's gonna be a Spur. That guy's gonna be a Spur.
No, I don't think that he'll. I think he may be a stash. I said maybe.
No. With somebody that size and stuff like that, they're a stash.
Yeah. So let me tell you what. So here's some of the notes that they had for this guy, because currently they have him projected to go to OKC.
Where are you getting this information?
So I am on CBSSports.com. So so I'm on their draft board, and so they have him. And here's what they say: so he's a 7 footer who can dribble, handle, and shoot like a wing. Dribble, handle, and shoot like a wing. Dude, 7 foot tall. Who does that sound like?
Do not say Kevin fucking Durant.
No, I was gonna say Nikola Jokic. Imagine if you can have a big Jokic right here.
I think Jokic can pass like a wing. I don't think he can dribble like a wing.
Hey, Jokic is a 7 foot point guard.
Jokic is the center on my player team.
Yeah, I don't really care. I personally am not a huge fan of big men handling the ball. But I do care about them being able to. Care about them being able to shoot well.
This next statement is not racist at all. It's not. I want my listeners to know this. Jordan, what color is the guy? Is he white?
Yes.
I am tired of the Mavericks drafting 7 foot tall white guys. All right. It pisses me the fuck off. We get lucky with one, but everybody forgets what happened in between that. We have all the Pavloviches. All right, when they sold it, Pavlov's gonna be a good guy. Who else we got down there? We had somebody just recently put out the G League, the G League. So okay, my last one is dang it, I lost his name again. I know his first name is Malachi.
I think I saw it. Is Malachi?
San Diego State. Malachi Flynn.
There you go.
I know I picked 3-point guard three guards.
3 guys who were under 6'3". Like
I know. As a short male, I have an affection for short people. All right, I root for the dying breed. All right?
Dying breed.
Okay, but the dude is probably one of the top 3-point guards in this draft right here. He's a floor general. He's got 3 years on his belt at San Diego State. I've seen him play a couple times, even though he's West Coast. I get to watch when I was at the bar. I got to watch him play a couple times last year. So I like this guy. I think he's exciting. I think he can be a good 6-man to get back up point guard. I compare. He can have a Patty Mills like career, or even as top side of Fred VanVleet.
Okay.
I know. Do you want to pick a tall person just in case? You want to pick a tall person?
Please pick a fourth person that actually can play in today's
just for
NBA.
Shits and giggles.
Yeah.
Just for shits and giggles. Hold on.
C-Day, while you're looking that up, can you list for me the shortest point guard in the NBA currently? And first and then the second. No, I said shortest starting point guard in the NBA. Isaiah Thomas is currently not a starting point guard.
Starting? Oh, I don't know. I mean, Chris Paul?
Yes, Chris Paul at 6 foot, and then who's second?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I know there's a lot of 6'3" guys. All right.
The second is Kyle Lowry, who is also 6 foot. After them two, every other point guard in the NBA.
You know what Kyle Lowry's gonna tell you right there for saying he's 6 foot tall? He look, nigga, kiss my ring. Kiss my ring. Yeah, and Chris Paul gonna tell you. Chris Paul gonna tell you like, hey, you address me as Hall of Famer.
I don't have
Chris
anything.
Paul. Yeah, Chris Paul. Don't be coming after them. Don't be coming after them. I'm still trying to find somebody.
CJ, you know the greatest similarity that me and Chris Paul have?
Yo, what? Y'all both 6 foot tall?
We have the same rings.
I hope somebody clips that and puts that on you. Jordan, I don't have one. Jordan, I don't have a player that I'm in love with. All right, I can't tell you one player that I'm in love with that's over 6'3".
I think that out of all the years, this is going to be the year where, and we talked about this last week, where I already said that I don't believe that Anthony Edwards is going to live up to the hype. And honestly, did you hear that report today? Apparently, how he was saying that, he's not really that into basketball in general. Like that,
But there are people like that. You understand? I'm
not by any means. I am not holding it against him. You cannot like your job and still go out there and be the best at it. You know, but to be great, to be one of the best in the NBA,
I don't believe that.
To be like. You don't believe that to be the top talent in your league that you have to like be all consumed with your game?
No, I don't believe you have to be like it's my only passion.
I know. Where did I say it's your only passion?
No, but still, man, like there's some people like when people say like, oh, he's like, I really don't like play basketball, like because he has other joys outside of life, you know.
And that's completely fine. I'm not saying that, but dude doesn't even he doesn't watch basketball.
I'm okay with that as long as you watch your games.
That's fine. I know a lot of, but like what I'm saying is, the dude does not care. No, that's wrong. That's wrong. I'm not gonna say that. No, but my thing is that I'm trying to find the right words, okay? Because I'm not against it. I guess I get it, and I'm okay with it.
I'm okay with it. But because we're going to a generation of players. We're going to a generation of players who don't like. They don't eat, breathe, and even though they play because they're so consumed with basketball. Yeah, I think like he's in that first generation of. But no, I'm saying he's in that first generation of players.
Dream and sleep basketball.
Jordan, but he's in that first. No, I'm saying
he's in that. You have to eat, dream, and sleep.
Jordan, but now he's the first child of that. I eat, sleep, dream basketball.
CJ,
since I was 8 years old.
Has been with his girlfriend since high school. They got married after the boy won a Super Bowl, won MVP, and got his money. You want to know why? Because he dreamed, and slept football. Because that is what was going to make him his money. And guess what? Dude is a $500 million now.
I think she was just holding off on a prenup. That's why he waited to get married.
Okay, I'm sure there's a prenup in place anyway.
Yeah.
But
no. Let me finish. You already made your point. Right? I got 1 minute. It's my turn. It's my turn. My turn.
Okay, I'm gonna have a rebuttal, so hurry up.
Can you clip this? That'd be perfect. Skip Bayless. Okay, I can't. Jordan. Yeah, he's the first player in this. Like, he's one of the first players in this generation of kids that played basketball every summer, every spring, every fall since they were like 8, 7, 8. No, I'm saying now we're in the AAU. Now we're starting to hit the AAU kids. Because, like, if you think Bron was playing.
You had AAU kids for years, CJ.
But no, you have the specialized kids. These two kids are still play football and basketball, and some kids play baseball still. No, these players
are playing football in high school.
Shouldn't have been. His parents are irresponsible. His parents are irresponsible. But no, I'm saying sometimes it comes to a point where it's like, yo, I made it to the league. I'm good at my craft. I'm going to work on getting better at my craft. But if you want me to die for this team, fuck that. I ain't going to do that shit.
I'm not saying that you have to die for the team. And here's where I'm wrapping up, because what I'm saying is, like, you look at LeBron James, you look at Patrick Mahomes, you look at Tom Brady, you look at Peyton Manning. You point out greats in their profession. Luka Doncic, you look at Giannis. Like, these people are completely focused and honed in. If I'm spending a number one pick on somebody, I'm drafting this person in hopes that they're going to turn into a generational talent. I do not want a generational talent on my team that literally came out and said, yeah, basketball's not my passion. Like I got other, and it's okay not to have other passions. It's okay to have other passions. But this kind of sums up why I just think that he was not going to be the best player in this draft, that he was going to be the person that did not live up to the hype.
My stock is down on Andrew Edwards. My stock is down. Don't get it twisted. I'm defending him. But my stock is down on him. I'm not favoring him in the top 3 pick.
Like I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Yeah, because I do agree that, you know, basketball can't be all that you do, and you have to have other hobbies and other passions and stuff. That's with anybody in any career.
I would tell you this. We'll end this on a good note, not arguing.
Okay.
I'll be crazy to see how we raise our kids in their sports lives, because I feel like I have a certain way I feel like your kid's sports life is going to go. My kids are going to go a whole different way. I feel like it's going to be funny. That's what I do see in the future. I do see that. All right, guys. So little shop talk. All right, we will not be on next week live. If we decide if something crazy happens in sports, if something crazy happens, we may come and do like a quick 30-minute pod, but we're going to take Thanksgiving week off. So first of all, we want to wish you guys a happy Thanksgiving, safe. Hey, if you're going to be around family, either be outside or put your damn mask on, all right? Cases are skyrocketing, especially here in Texas, all right? Our grandmother can't come home this weekend. We're okay with it. We're going to talk on the phone. We're going to video chat. So if you can, social distance, wear your mask. I know I'm beating his head, but just wear your damn mask, people. As always, we want to thank our engineer, Aaron Bird, all right, for making it sound lovely. I want to thank Only Music for our intro and outro music. And Jordan, happy birthday, and do the thing.